We got a great show for you today. It's the last show of the semester. It's What's Up with Shimei Cook, our semester finale. We got a jam-packed show for you today. Beyonce's going to be performing at the halftime show on Christmas Day live on Netflix. We're going to discuss that. And a high school coach in Florida was caught watching porn by one of his students. And Mr. Rodrick Smith is here to talk about the Male Matriculation Institute here at Fayetteville State. It's What's Up with Shimei Cook. Let's get it started. Let's go. Welcome, everybody. Let's get started. It's time for hot news. There's a lot of stuff happening in the world of pop culture and entertainment, and here to discuss is FSU student leader Madison Perry. What's going on, Madison?
Hi, thank you for having me.
No problem. Thank you for coming on. Let's get into it. So Beyonce just announced, it was just announced last week that Beyonce is going to perform at the Christmas Day game on Netflix, live on Netflix for the game between the Texans and the Ravens. What's your thoughts about Beyonce performing?
I think that she tough. I don't even know what to say because it's Beyonce. Like,
yes, I know.
And people are probably just gonna go to the game just to see Beyonce.
So the ticket prices have risen since the announcement. So those tickets are averaging about $500 a pop.
And they're crazy.
Would you pay that much money?
I would.
No. I would. It's Beyonce.
I know you would. You a big beehive.
Yes.
Me?
But she's the GOAT. Why?
That's too much money.
Well, you are a college student. You can't afford it, so that makes sense.
He's trying to tell me what I
That makes sense. I'm joking. But no, I think that she's going to have Cowboy Carter. She's going to perform her new album there, bring out some new artists from the album that was on there. Miley Cyrus probably, Shabuzi, hopefully Dolly Parton because she did a cover of Jolene. So it's good. And it's in her hometown of Houston. So that's good. So
Netflix is trying to be like a big broadcasting network now.
So the game, a lot of sports are going now to streaming. So the NFL already has Prime Video for Thursday Night Football already. Now I think the Netflix are trying to put their thing. They started off with the sporting event with the Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight, which that was a disaster. But the thing is, people are worrying about is the glitch. Yes, that's what I hope.
I was watching the fight, and then all of a sudden everything froze. Yeah. And I was like, "Is it me?
No,
is
it was everybody.
Is it the dorm Wi-Fi, or is it me?"
Yeah, it's everybody. Yeah. So that's what a lot of beehives, and myself included, are worried about. That it's going to be a glitch, and everything's going to be all right. Hopefully,
they work out
everything. And that was the first live sporting event that Netflix ever had. So we're going to give them some grace, but you can't have no grace with Beyonce. You need to have everything perfect.
Everything perfect, yep.
Those beehives.
So will it be on ESPN as well, or
no? It's just going to be on Netflix, streaming on Netflix. And this is part of her 3-project deal because she had Homecoming. Now she's going to have this. Hopefully she have a live album of Act 3. That's just a suggestion. But in other news, so a Florida high school football coach was allegedly, let me just say that, allegedly was caught watching pornography in a classroom in front of students. His name is Max Edwards. What's your thought about this?
He is nasty. Why was he in the classroom?
Yeah, that's disgusting.
That's what I'm saying.
That's blasphemous.
And it's children. I mean, I know they're high school kids. Yeah. Those are children.
Still minors.
And that could be really traumatizing to someone.
And he's a high school coach. So according to the reports, that he is on leave and that he is there's an investigation going on and for criminal charges. Do you think that he should be in jail?
That's extreme, but possibly yes, because that could have traumatized somebody. So emotional distress, people could sue
for porn.
You should not be doing that in the school.
Okay,
especially on a school device.
True.
In front of people.
Students, yeah.
That is nasty.
Yeah, that is disgusting.
Come on now, brother.
Yeah. And it's Florida. They say crazy people are all in Florida.
They are.
So the Miami-Dade school district is unclear about criminal charges, and he probably will still have his job. It's probably on unpaid leave right now. And he's a football coach too, so he just won a championship for them. So
Well, that might be a reason why they keep him.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's how it goes.
it is what it is. All right, thank you so much, Madison. That does it for our hot news. Coming up, we're gonna have Mr. Rodrick Smith, the director of the Male Matriculation Institute here at Fayetteville State. We should be back. What's up with Shimei? Welcome back, everyone. Our guest today is an HBCU grad and the first director of the Male Matriculation Institute here at Fayetteville State. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Mr. Rodrick Smith. How you doing, Mr. Smith? Welcome to the show.
Greetings and salutations, everyone. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming on the show. How are you doing today?
I'm doing all right, pretty good. We are towards the end of the first semester.
Yeah.
So I'm very grateful for that, allowing myself and the students to get out and just go back home and relax and enjoy themselves and take that mental break that we all need.
Yeah, that's before you came here to FSU in higher education. What were you doing?
So before higher education, I actually coached at a local high school and taught at a local high school at Southview High School. Before that, prior to that, I was actually in law enforcement. So I was worked for Cumberland County Sheriff's Office, the detention center. I did various things from working in segregation. I left there as a gang sergeant. I worked with grievances in the courthouse and different things like that. So I did a whole lot of things within law enforcement, and I think I've constantly always been into mentoring and just trying to help individuals grow, especially young men in the community.
Now, what made you want to take this position here at Fayetteville State as the director of the Matriculation Male Institute?
Well, as I just stated, I actually was in high school. So COVID hit. During COVID, I went to teach. I had just ran my course with law enforcement, being in that kind of environment. And while I was there, I enjoyed it, but I literally working in the education system, I realized that going to the next level for these students, that they would not and weren't prepared once they got to this next level. So I wanted to make that transition to actually provide those individuals kind of the blueprint that I did not have when I was in college, understanding that coming from high school. And I just truthfully opening up and speaking, realized that we weren't providing the necessary tools on the education level from K through 12.
Yeah.
And I wanted that to transition over to college once they decided to go.
Now, you are an HBCU grad. You graduated from North Carolina Central University. You pledged to Psi, the Omega chapter of the Omega Sci-Fi chapter of over there. What type of lessons did you learn at NCCU that play into your life today?
First lesson is show up. Honestly, is show up. Be comfortable being uncomfortable. A lot of the times that when it's talking about positions and doing certain things and allowing yourself to be in those places. It sounds cliche, but it's very true. It's just to show up. Oftentimes, a lot of people get in positions and they become those individuals that they need to become by just showing up, right? So even transitioning over to now in my job and mentoring in the program that I run, I tell the gentleman that I'm over, 9 times out of 10, you may get that favor just by being there, right? So I live by favor. I say favor ain't fair. I know that's not the right way to say it, but that's the way I say it. Yeah. But favor isn't fair. And that favor is actually being there and being present at that moment, because you never know what opportunities will come from that. So definitely just showing up and being there and putting the effort once you get there.
Now, one last thing before I let you go. You know, being here at Fayetteville State, you've been here for almost 2 years, correct? Mm-hmm. Yeah. What type of things have you learned from being in this position as the director of the Male Matriculation Institute, and what type of issues have the male students have faced, and how should they address it moving forward?
So what I've learned, well, I wouldn't even say really learn, what I know to be true is when you're running a program like this, you have to be consistent, and especially for black males. We have a trust issue, so you have to be consistent, and consistency looks like almost literally saying the same thing and creating that routine that was not created in high school, like I stated, but doing it on a daily basis, right? So most males are going to come in and they're going to have trust issues. They're not going to trust you or different things. You can say what you want to say, but they're not really going to trust you. But if you show consistency, then that trust becomes. And so you have to show that you care. You have to get on their level. You have to meet them outside of the classroom. You have to go to their environments where they're safe at. That way it becomes more organically. The problem and the issue that I've seen still today is, and it's not even an issue because like I just stated, I know that it takes time. Yeah. Oftentimes we think or we assume that stuff is going to turn around very fast, and we get frustrated when we don't, especially when you're dropping gems and providing those things to them. But we still know that it's not going to happen that fast. So the issues are still the same, not trusting, not believing in themselves or a program, and you just have to be there for them when it finally gets it, right? When it snaps and when they get it. So just be consistent in what you're doing within the program. I like to focus on everything that they're going to need outside of college. So transitioning from high school to college, and now those things that I know that they're going to need outside of college, right? So that's the financial, the social emotional, the entrepreneurship, everything that you're going to need once you get out of this. And it's kind of like I said, just showing up, making sure that you are aware of yourself and those distractions that you're going to have in life, and just making sure that you push through and that you recognize that you are going to be great. It's just going to take some time using those individual resources and the guidance that you need, and actually adhering to what you need to adhere to at that point in time.
Well, Mr. Smith, thank you so much for coming on the show. I really greatly appreciate you coming on. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. It's time for my hot spotlight, my final one of the semester. This is where I shine a light on someone doing positive things in our society. Today, I'm giving the hot spotlight to Dr. Lakeisha Payton. Dr. Payton is a life coach, business consultant, strategist, and educator, and the director of the TRIO SSS program here at FSU. Today, Dr. Payton, we honor your greatness. If you want someone to get the hot spotlight that you think deserves it, contact me on Instagram at Shimei Cook TV. We shall be back. Well, that does it for our show today, our last show of the semester. I appreciate you for watching. I want to thank my guest, Mr. Rodrick Smith, and my guest co-host, Madison Perry. And it's time for my quote of the day. Actually, I want my staff to come up here. Come on, guys. It's our last show. I want everybody in here. Thank you guys so much for, you guys make me look good, and my guests and my guest co-hosts. You guys make me look good. I appreciate you so much. I'm grateful for you guys. So thank you so much for that. Time to get out of here. It's time for my quote of the day. No matter how good of a person you are, people will judge you according to their own insecurities. So remember that the next time someone is judging you or you are being judged. I love you for watching, and we will see you next time in the spring. It's What's Up with Shimei Cook. The action never stops. Thank you guys so much. Bye-bye.